was an introduction to the wonderful standard, The Shadow of Your Smile. And what I want to talk about in this tutorial today is a technique that you can use when you're making an intro for a standard. If you've got to make an intro upon the spot, you might want to just use a safe method, like for instance, just playing the last 4 bars usually works, or just playing a 1-6-2-5 chord progression. But what I'm talking about today is when you take a very small fragment of melody from the standard and see how you can adapt that in the intro. Now, there's one particular bit in The Shadow of Your Smile that keeps occurring in lots of different places over lots of different chords. And it's a beautiful little idea. It's just 4 notes that go down in steps. First time it comes is just here. Shortly afterwards, you get the same thing, a step lower. And then a bit later on, you get the same idea here. It keeps coming up in lots of different places, and it kind of really stands out. So that's the idea that I've chosen to adapt for the introduction, just those 4 notes going down in steps. Now, why did I choose such harsh chords for the first 2 chords? That's a sharp 9th going up to the flattened 5th. And then I've made it into a sequence by just playing the same thing, but a tone lower. Once again, a sharp 9th going up to the flattened 5th. So the thought process there was a similar sort of way to the one used by composers of film music. I'm always struck when I watch a film how clever the composers are when they use one main theme and play it in lots of different ways throughout the film to conjure up all kind of different mood swings. So the mood swing that I was thinking of then, I was imagining a film in which there was a boat out in the ocean and all of a sudden there's a terrible storm and everybody on board is in real peril. So I'm kind of conjuring up that atmosphere. And that's why I've chosen those really 2 harsh sounding chords. So we've got E flat 7 with a sharp 9th going up to the flattened 5th. And then we've got D flat 7 with a sharp 9th, adding the flattened 5th on top. So that's created that really tense atmosphere. I then went on to a C7 chord with A, the 13th at the top. And that has a really kind of calming effect. Now, the piece begins in E minor, and what I've gone to there is F sharp minor 7 with a flattened 5th, which is just chord 2 in E minor, leading me to chord 5, B7. I don't go straight on to B7 though, I put suspension in there. The E is the suspended 4th, C sharp is the 9th, and then the suspended 4th drops a semitone to the 3rd, so the E drops to D sharp, and the C sharp, the 9th, drops to the flattened 9th. So you get this nice little movement in thirds there. And that leads me nicely into so have a little go with that yourself. Pick a standard, try and find a very short fragment of melody. Make sure it don't take a long fragment, make it a really short one. And try and make it a bit that really sticks out in the standard and see what you can come up with. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did and you haven't done so far, can you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe? Thank you, and we will see you in the next video.